Yeah, carbon black probably will be sold off. What Broadcom has done very, very successfully over the last 15 years is to buy large companies with got what we call like a diamond in a rough, a really good core product with superb margins, with a lot of other products that it doesn't want. Sell those off, pay down their debt, and go do it again. And this is just the standard procedure that they're following today. So yeah, I think they'll probably will spin off carbon black. It'll take a while, then the debt will come down in another 18 months, 2 years. They'll probably announce another big acquisition.
Yeah, and the reason why I ask is because, yes, Hock10, an absolute champion roll-up merchant. So if we were to see them, merge carbon black with Symantec, they could make a business. They could spin it off themselves. They don't necessarily have to sell it to KKR. Is that something that you envisage could potentially happen?
Yeah, it could. But if you followed Hock, and we have since the IPO, his philosophy is to focus almost all of his products and all of his resources on the top 1,000 S&P companies. In other words, the largest companies where he can do a lot of leverage. If you notice, his sales and marketing costs are extremely low because he always buys products that sell through the same channel. His R&D is high because he keeps innovating and building new products. So he's basically looking for leverage, and retail isn't his game. He doesn't like selling. He hasn't sold into the retail channel. It's too diversified and too fragmented, and he has to spend too much on OpEx. So you probably won't, even though he could build a good business out of that, it's not part of his business model, so you probably won't see it retained.
Right. I do want to get your sense on, the kind of deal structure that has come about with KKR and Broadcom. Do you see more such deals with private equity players throwing their hat in the ring when it comes to getting more exposure to the chip sector?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah, I do, especially companies like KKR and a few others, TXP and a few other folks, primarily because they've got expertise in this and because it gives them access to businesses they wouldn't have had the wherewithal to extract. So they could have never taken down VMware. It would take Avago to do that. But now that Avago has it, they're going to carve out those. This is a great opportunity for the private equity guys to get involved with it. And so it presents opportunities. He's obviously talking to public guys. I mean, Broadcom has got every investment banker in the world walking through their offices pitching deals. They're one of the best deal companies on earth. So they see all of it, but the best terms they typically going to get are probably from a private equity guy to get more flexibility in how to run the business.
All right. Generally big players like KKR get into distressed segments of the market. And so within the broader chip space, where do you see the opportunity from that standpoint?
If I only knew, I would be working for a Broadcom, right? Exactly, I'd be a business developer for Broadcom, pulling down a lot more. It's very difficult to say. You can pick out a lot of different companies that fit the profile, but the problem you're facing is there's a combination of factors that have to prevail. Not just that it's distressed, but also that there's good growth potential. Because when you're buying a company, you're enduring a lot of overhead that you want to buffer with growth, so that if you're wrong about a few things, you can grow out of it. So you've got to get growth in the sector. You've got to have. You don't want a business that's kind of matured and it's just a cash flow business necessarily. Because then it's just a matter of cutting costs and it's not attractive. So when you actually get into the details, there's a lot of factors that go into not just the distress part of it. And that's why you don't see a lot of deals in markets that aren't growing very quickly.